It's just after 5 a.m. UK time. The sun is coming up over here. Birds are out. We've got this dawn chorus. For about 10 or 11 years, I have a routine in the morning that wakes me up. I have a closing down routine at night as well. I'm not religious in doing it every day, but I'd like to share it because having found Fascia Maneuvers, these two blend together beautifully. And in fact, Fascia Maneuvers complement this routine in a way that I hadn't appreciated or couldn't appreciate until I came to Fascia Maneuvers to see how the integration aspect of doing them changes the body. So whilst I've had this routine going and it's beautiful, the changes to the body came because of Fascia Maneuvers. The big changes, the ones that make life-changing differences. So it's energy and energy movement. And we start by a simple clap of the hands, reaching up to the sky, reaching up to heaven, connecting and getting a little bit of life force. Warm the palms, warm the fascia, opening the blood vessels, getting the viscera going, fingers really interacting with each other. Lots of fantastic reasons why this is good for the whole body. When we've got some warmth there, we're going to bring that onto the top of the head and with pressure, drag down the neck, down the back of the head, into the neck. Nice bit of pressure. We're looking to stimulate vasodilation, especially the capillary level. Open the jaw, touch the masseter, loosen the tongue. Get hold of the ears and run finger and thumb along the whole edge of the ears to stimulate all of the meridians. Give them a little wiggle. A little rub across the eyes. We hold a lot of tension in the eyes. Just sweep that away. Across the shoulders, just some pressure. Cupped hands now into the lungs and into the chest to get some movement going into the 100,000 square miles of fascia that are the lung. Excuse me, there we go. That are actually in the lung. We take a right hand off the shoulder, fully all the way down the outside. So I'm grabbing as much as I possibly can, and then I come back up the hand through the armpit. So I've covered every piece here, and this is just to awaken that capillary blood flow. If I went the opposite way, I'd be encouraging lymphatic drain, and that's something I would do at night rather than in the morning. And just 6 times is my number. Shoulder again on the outside, all the way down, all the way up through the armpit, covering every part of the skin that we can with pressure, allowing that to engage, connect. Come up to the back, you're rubbing down backs of the hands into the kidneys. So I've just got up, I've had some sleep. I'm coming over to the right hand side now, starting at the hip, and then I push and rotate. Come up along with digestion under the xiphoid process there. I'm touching the gallbladder, the liver, the stomach, coming down the intestines, bladder line. So it's just twice, just to wake up the viscera, just to loosen off any tension stored through the night. So let's say you have a dream, you wake up, that dream still follows you for a while. This chi wash, this chi massage, takes that dream out of your system. We come over to the glute, take the hand as wide as I can, all the way down the outside of the leg, over the toes, up the part of the inside of the foot, the groin, and out. And again, I do this 6 times. Get some feeling into it. And then get some blood going through the bubbling springs point, the sole of the foot. Get the toes engaged, and then onto the other side. All the way across, all the way up through the groin. So you get as much of the skin as you can. So that's the chi wash. That's the chi massage. As simple as it is. Now, anything that was in my field from last night, from waking up this morning with a dream, has now been swept through. I've awakened as much of the viscera as I possibly can. I've increased capillary dilation. So capillary blood flow is now increased for this next activity. I like to warm the ankles up, which is just clicking and clacking. 3 to 6 twists in one direction, rotations in the other way as well. And again, before I go on to the knees, just take the leg up, pull the hip out and open that hip joint. So just pull it out, open it up, feet together, hands on the lower parts of the thighs, and then just rotating. Get a nice full range of movement. And again, talking kind of 6 in one direction and then 6 in the other. Doesn't have to be exact, it's not about counting. It's just about movement. Rotate and roll through the hips. So get some Spanish hips going here. This is one for Aisha. And then back. Loosen off the stomach. Now try figure of 8s. My left hip doesn't do what my right hip does, and then reverse them. Now onto the stomach. For this one, place your hands above your head, pushing your stomach out, pulling it back in and around through the side, so you're filling out the viscera of the stomach. So out, push it out the side. Okay, now come up to the higher part of the stomach. So engaging that diaphragm now, rolling through the diaphragm. Now the chest. Opening and stretching as much as you can. And the shoulders. And then the neck, gently rolling. And then finishing as if someone's pulling you up on a piece of string through your spine. Winding up. And then roll the shoulders. We get the shoulders going here. We can start them up quite high. And then we bring them down. All the way down. Get a nice bend. Get some gravity going. Bring them up. Now moving to monkey stretches. So opening our chest wide. Any of these movements you can do with a bounce and a twist. And with the, if you're feeling ungrounded with the monkey stretches, come down. Bring yourself down. You can go as deep as you like. And you can bounce gently. You can rotate. You can hold the world and hug the world and then hug yourself. Some lateral bends to open the rib cage. So breathe into the space. Now some gentle rotations. Just allow the hands and the arms to swing from the shoulders. So we've got tension stored in our shoulders. It's just a reminder to the body that we're not holding on to it during this exercise. Throughout the whole period, it's difficult when I'm talking, of course, but throughout the whole period, the breath is aimed at the exhalation being twice as long as the inhalation. So we're purposefully bringing the breath into a ratio of 1 to 2. So it might be 4 breaths in, 8 breaths, 4 seconds in for the breath and 8 seconds out, or the count. And then get a little bit more You can put a little bit more effort through the shoulders and bring the hands up on their own. Each part of this process, each part of this routine has aspects in its own right which you could spend a long time on. So the simple chi wash at the beginning, every element there can be broken down. The stomach has several elements of Taoist meditation, Taoist massage. You can add color, imagery, totemic relationships in there, power animals, shapes, symbols. You can use the Kabbalah. You can bring Merkabas into this, crystals. There's so much that you can do that fits within your own system, where this helps. Little roll in the knees, you can come up. And then as whilst we've got the dipping going, you come into a bounce. Now, a couple of things on the bouncing. You don't have to jump, but you can. You don't have to bounce regularly. You can come up, bounce, and if you bring your arms up horizontal, focus on the marrow bone, you'll feel the marrow bone begin to move. Especially when you come up like this, arms are vertical. Once you get marrow bone alive, once you start to do some bone breathing, if anybody knows anything about chi, they'll recognize that once you're bringing energy through the marrow bone and bone breathing, that your kinetic response to life is so much stronger. You see people lighting fires with chi, well, they're running energy through their marrow bones for certain. A little twist on with it as well, a little rotation. And again, if it's grounding that is your issue, you can take very big bounces and come down. And when you come up, imagine bringing weight up with you. So bringing the center of the world with you, drop, bringing that weight. If you feel unbalanced, if you're feeling uncentered, imagine a thread from the coccyx or from the perineum region down into the center of the earth. Imagine that thread there, and then everything you're doing is around that thread. If you have real grounding issues, when it comes to the bouncing, put your toes into the ground, spread them, connect only with the toes and the pad of the toes. Feel the connection, take the energy down into it, bring it back up and bounce from there. And then notice a different quality in your energetic presence and your movement. So this is completely different to what I was doing a second ago, because now I'm in the energy field of the earth beneath me, and I'm using its field to propel me upwards. Whereas before, I'm bouncing myself through my energy. So now back to rooted. Some of the ways to notice that, especially when you're more aware of your inner field, is how your voice resonates through the body. So for me right now, having connected and rooted myself into the spot, my speech is coming from the ground. If I come off and make that change different, I immediately tell the difference in my voice, and then I come back in, I connect back into the root again, back into the, so I'm spreading like a mycelial network here. And then feeling the groundedness of where I am. As a routine on its own, that kind of completes how you get the body going, warming up, articulating the joints at the basic level. We can add in a few extra things which is rotations through all of the joints as much as possible at the same time. With the spine, to assist in spinal decompression and the movement of synovial fluid, we have a coccygeal pump, we have a thoracic pump, and we have a cervical pump. And so they operate through the fluid wave-like motion. And then you bring the arms into it as well and articulate those joints, and you have a little bounce with it as well. And if you have a strong axial awareness, and by that what I mean is if your central column from the coccyx all the way up through to the top of the head, if that's strong, and your energy center and the viscera and the fascia that wrap all the way up through the spine, if your awareness of that is strong, you abide there. So you're in that peaceful, strong, centered you, and around you, around this here, is the field of Paul interacting with the field of God, if you like. So the universal field. There's no separation in that. There is a feeling difference. There is also a beautiful butterfly just coming to watch. Here it comes. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Wow. I talk about interacting with the field, and a beautiful red butterfly comes to say hello. I don't know if that's captured on the video, but that was awesome. So yeah, we live in this central column around which all the kinetics of the thing called existence, they're happening there. But the space within, if you're looking for peace, that's where it is. If you're looking for an expansive feeling, that's where it is. The internal space is as infinite and expansive as anything out here. When we consider the things like water holds memory, the smaller you go, the more memory is available. This is the third level of physics. Beyond Newtonian physics, beyond quantum physics, there is another level of physics. When you look at that, it's a relatively new field, about 30 years old, but when you look into that, the smaller we go, the more energy there is. So a water molecule, for instance, holds infinite storage capacity. One single water molecule has infinite storage capacity. Let that sink in and then start to recognize the truth in that then this fascia wrapping the spine, which has various twists and turns, and we can go down the sun and the moon, Ida and Pingala route. But when that's balanced and you're aware of it, then you can have movement, controlled movement through the microcosmic orbit, and the movement here, bringing that energy up over the head and around in a circuit, and you can aid that, bringing it down, and you can reverse it, coming up the front, down the back. If your field, if your personal aura feels a little bit icky, then you can sweep through the sides. And doing this wouldn't be just one sweep, we're doing a few of these, just sweeping the system out. For the back, it's an intention as much as anything. And then just seeing how you feel. If you're feeling like you're lacking energy, come into below the belly button, so the hand sits below the belly button, and just rotate the hands around. Move the hips as well. So as if you're spinning energy around that central axis of you. And using the hands at first so that you get a feeling of it, and then feeling into it. And then noticing that rotation that's going on within the body already. So within the cauldron, the mixing pot, this is where alchemy begins. And then once you've got that going a little bit, slow it down, see if you can take it the other way, and realize that it takes some time to then get it going on the other direction. These are subtle energy experiences. So what I mean by subtle is that it's not something that you can grasp immediately, unless you have a really heightened awareness of your internal environment. So the subtle exercises are energy moves up, energy moves down, and you're aware of that at a subtle level. But you're aware of it. It's not imagination, shall we say. Anyway, once you've got all your energy going, if you've got too much energy now, bring the hands into this area, the lower dantian, below the navel. Rest them there. Connect with toes and feet into the ground. So anchor in. Tilt the pelvis forward slightly. There's just a little roll like that, little tuck. Bring the shoulders back and down. And then as you breathe up, you elongate the spine. Imagine lifting each joint so that you can see space or light between each vertebra. You lift the spine all the way up to the head. And then drop the shoulders and hang the skeleton and muscles in the space of you. So the axis is strong. Now the fascia is engaged here. So the skeleton and the muscles are now being held with awareness, fully within the fascia itself. So the matrix of life is now supporting the experience of Paul. And then bring your awareness into the palms of the hands. And you can imagine behind the hands and into this lower abdominal area, a ball of light that's just shrinking, condensing, and coming to a point like a pin head. And then it continues to go inwards into the vast internal space. And that's there at any time. That's your storehouse. At any time, that energy is available. And of course, at any time, any amount of energy is available, because this is just a focal point of infinite energy, in an escape of infinite energy. That's my morning routine. At bedtime, what I do to wash off the day is I will do the massage, sweeping the field out, but I will reverse the field through the hands and through the legs, so that I actually encourage lymphatic drainage. But everything else remains the same. Now, for therapists and practitioners of any sort, this is a good practice, especially the chi wash, to do before and after you've had either a day or sessions, clients, whatever, so that anything that until you know the frequency of your own central column and what's interacting with you, then it's a good process to just physically clear your system out.